Hello everybody, and welcome to the CastleStory prototype. So, been waiting for this for a while, and figured this was a good time to record an episode of something. So I figured we'll just give the prototype world, that's the only world available to us right now, give this a bit of a test. Still kind of getting used to the controls, but hashed through quite a few of them last night. I'll actually share them with you guys. So, like, the camera is, if you hold down space, it activates camera mode. You can tell because the icon in the top right lights up. The mouse button will then get you right mouse button will then get you the rotation stuff like this. Left mouse button gets you click and drag, so you can move yourself around. Zoom in and zoom out on the mouse wheel. And I think that's it for those. So now I'm not in camera mode. Right clicking does nothing. Left clicking is how I select guys. And now right clicking makes the move. So some similarities to the basic RTS type controls that you're used to. What I'm still getting used to is having no camera control when I have nothing selected, as I'm used to right clicking here, being able to do this. So we're just going to zoom out a bit here, and then mouse wheel not in camera mode changes your elevation up and down. As far as I can tell, the survival aspect isn't part of the prototype. Is all that you really seem to be able to do is build. So just going to pick an area and start building. Although they all look kind of hilly to me. Was that? Oh yeah, little island's way out there. Alright, let's zoom back in. Sorry about the audio levels, I have turned them down, believe it or not, to extremely low levels. I want to build a castle-y thing up there, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is build a staircase over to that side of the bridge. That means I am free to use over here for a resource gathering point. So first thing I'm going to do is we'll select one of our little guys, have him walk over this way. There is no indicator on the map, but yep, there he is. Louis is walking this way. And going to go into the lumber group here. When you have a character selected, if you want to place them in a group, you can right-click them into the group. So that's why we have a guy here now. And I'm just going to have him start chopping these trees down. So, over on the right, lumber zone, this creates a little icon over here. Let me get a better angle at this. Creates a little icon here that's in the forest, and that's a zone where these little guys, which I don't know their names of, how shameful, they'll go and look for... Oops, that wasn't right. I wonder why that makes a new group. Well, prototype. Anyways, so now, as you can see, he's running over and he's starting to chop. So it's the little icon. He's the member of the group. The icon belongs to the group. So he's just going to start chopping down these pieces of tree and producing these logs for me. Oops. I will constantly hit the Alt key over and over and over again. Don't ask me why. So, move these guys this away. What I want to start doing is I'm going to need a resource collection point. And for now, I'll put this guy in the builders section. I always recommend have one guy that does nothing but build. There seem to be some quirks in the prototype with making them gatherers that you can never quite unquirk, as it were. So, going to put that there, that there. Oops, there was the Alt key again. So, that there. These are just little resource gathering locations. Oops. Let me go back and select that again. Do a little rotational. Oh, I did get it like right in that crook, didn't I? There we go. There's a little bit of a 2x2 or 2x3. Let's add that in there. And right clicking gets me again. Whoa, how did that? No. So I'll get over a bit more of how I'm doing this when we start constructing, but for now I just want an area where I know I can gather resources. So we'll put down a couple more here as well. And once again, I'm just so used to right click being how you rotate the mouse. Very, very used to it. So we got our one little builder dude. He is currently picking up the logs, carrying them all the way back here, and then building those little base plates. What those base plates do is they represent an area where you can gather resources. Now the lumber mill guy has started dropping off his own logs, so he should set this one down, building a new area. He should then go over and pick that one up, yep, and build this one. So very handy. He'll now wait for more resources to be available, which should be what our little guy over here is doing. Yep, chopping down and bringing them back. So what we want the rest of our guys to start doing, though, is to collect stone. So, going to go to this miner area. Oops, let me go back to the building, right-click, and this is how you stop building, is you right-click, you go back, it'll remove anything from your screen, and you can go from there. So back to the miner group, and that's what these groups are, by the way, lumber, builder, and miner. What we want to do is we want to build a mine, and we want a fairly sizable mine. So I am actually going to circle this entire area. That builds a yellow square, which you can see here. Now the next part is how deep do you want it to go. And you can see that if I go too deep, it's going to start breaking through in the bottom here. The environment is there is no stone or anything there. So I'm going to make it about this deep. It'll create the staircase in the top right corner there. Clicked one more time, and now I'm no longer doing it. And one final click will actually mark that as the active area. So what I'm then going to do is, now that we have our mine, I'm going to stick him in the mining group. Select another guy, stick him into the mining group. And these guys will start going over here, and they'll do that. They'll start digging down, collecting up the little rock resources, and placing them in the, well, they better be placing them in the resource gathering area. There you go, a little bit slow there. So that leaves us one guy doing nothing. I'm going to leave him doing nothing for a bit. And we got one guy who's a builder over here who has nothing to build. So what we're going to do next is select the builders, and we're going to start placing some blocks here. This is where I want the staircase, so I'm going to just maneuver the camera around here a little bit, get a little bit of a better angle here. So I'm going to start right here. What we need to do, actually we need to zoom out and probably go a little bit of a side angle here. So I'm going to lay a base just 2 blocks next to each other, and then I'm just going to stagger these up like this to get them over to this side here. It doesn't need supports below them. You'll notice I can't like do a flat block here or the like, although I am getting close to the other side. Very close to the other side. Is that these will, oops, and back to the block. These will actually support it so I can go up and over. I haven't figured out how to build an actual bridge yet. I'm not sure if that's supported in the prototype. But what you'll see here is I need my last block, and it's not facing the right direction. If you give it just a single right click, it'll rotate the block that's in your hand. And there. That is how we get the steps going up. What we can do next is make them into actual steps. So I'll place that there, and just have these go up the side. So instead of being the things that the little, don't know, they're not called munchkins. Oops, oops. Well, now's a good time to show you how to erase a proposed plan for building. If you hold down the shift key, you turn into this little yellow block. If you highlight the block, like see how that's got the entire block highlighted, and click it, it will remove it. If it's an existing block, it will actually start digging it down and getting rid of the item there. So I'm going to go back to the staircase here, and just going to map these up on this side as well. And a little bit more rotation here. I'm probably going to go up, I think I'll go one more in height. But let's swap over to a little mini block, and this will be our landing point into this end here. And actually, I'm going to leave it just like that. I mean, that gets us up to the land. And that's where we'll be building next, is up here is where I want to build a nice big castle. So, as they bring back the stacks of stone, they eventually change into piles of bricks. This little dude, builder here, will just wait until he actually receives the resources that he needs. So I'm going to cancel my building so I don't do anything fishy. And that's basically the controls for this game. Some of them... Oops. And let me also go back to the general group. Some of them are described in the options and stuff like that, so there is the information there for them. Some of the other ones my brother and I have figured out through testing out the prototype. Explicitly how to get rid of the construction options and such. And this is really weird. I always thought he had to build on something. Yeah? I know how to do that. I just don't like where it is. So it looks like he's building the steps without the supports underneath them. I always thought he needed the supports. I guess I am mistaken here. It would look much cooler if he did it with the supports. Yeah. Give us a little bit of a rote here. There we are. So we still got our one guy in reserve. He's doing nothing. And I like him that way. The reason I leave him in reserve is I've had the guys... I had the guys who mine stop mining. I've had the guys who get lumber stop lumbering. I've had the builders stop building. So it's mostly a like a safety precaution on my part of I want this game to last a little bit of time. And there I go hitting Alt again. Alt is how you toggle terrain flyby. So when it's on like this, it's pretty much always going to keep the camera around the terrain. So it's going to keep your offset. See how it's automatically moving me up as I go up there, and then when I go back down, it sinks me back down. So that's what the terrain flyby does, and that's what hitting the Alt key toggles on and off. Yeah. But for now, let's just and also do space and then WASD. We'll move the camera around. I just don't remember to do that one that often. So we almost got a full stack again. This guy will come over as soon as that happens. Get some more of the blocks. Start building them up. But as you can see, the one lumber guy is able to keep my lumber needs in check. He'll be pretty happy with what he's doing for a while. So let's rotate. There we go, finish that and that, nice. So we got another stack of 8. Let's zoom back down to the ground. Zoom back out a bit. Go a little bit this way. So yeah, he's just building the stairs up. Nice. Wonder if it'll drive him crazy. Oh no, there he goes. He's putting the lower blocks in too. Cool. Oops, hit the Alt key. I do that all the time. Nice. So he's not building such a flimsy staircase as I thought he was going to be. Looks like our sun's about to rise again. Be back in the bright daylight. And he's got 4 more. So, time to take my guy out of reserve here. Let's get him going, and I'm going to stick him in the building group. There we go. So now both of them will kind of be going at it. What you'll see them do here that's kind of neat is they'll sometimes pass blocks back and forth off to each other. He's like, no, my last block was taken by that other guy. No. They're filling up the stone pile. They do have a bit of a trek. That was actually kind of done on purpose to give everybody enough room to maneuver around. Seems that most of the times the little dudes who get stuck up is when, aww. So that was him knocking off a piece of lumber, having it roll down the edge. So I'd like them to keep them where I can get at them. Oh, nice. So they're back to it with the bricks. See if that's going to be the end piece or a staircase. End piece, there we go. Oh, see how they kind of stop for a second? Sometimes it'll be like if I had watched their names, you'll sometimes see them run into each other and he'll just pass off a block to the other guy. Let him do more work. And alright, all we're missing now are the last 2 pieces. Although I do technically think that they could just walk over now. Yep. He'll hop down the edge. He'll hop down the edge. So they're going to start doing my building for me. And where I'm going to do that is right here. I'm going to go into the builder group. And I'm going to hold down this, but the shift key, because I kind of want this to be dug down flat first. So little yellow boxes are where to dig. Here he comes. So you just see him start pummeling the dirt there. And that will flatten this area out. Here, let me zoom in a little bit so it's a little easier to click these. Bricks. Why is he bringing a brick? See, they get confused, and now they're passing off the brick. Nya. Oops. Here we are. So that'll get them building. I'm assuming that this means then that he is actually done with the staircase over here. There's our two little half blocks. So they have a nice smooth path now. Look at those clouds down there. Nice. So assuming these guys should all pretty much be on hold. They have nowhere to put their materials. Lumber guy will probably chop down another tree or two. Let's just have that one guy do his thing. We'll get to building again. So, just gonna start placing the outline here for an okay sized castle. Gonna rotate the block, gonna rotate the camera, start moving out in this direction. Now see all that little gravel on the ground there? That is actually stuff that they could turn into bricks. Gonna need to build a lower foundation here. Alright, be good for most of it. Get a smaller brick, put that in there. Unfortunately, my gathering guys won't come over here and pick any of this stuff up. I'm not sure. This is where I kind of got iffy last time. Oh, there, they swapped the bricks. I guess one was... Oh, he didn't want any of that. I'm not sure if it's just that they don't see it, but this is where I've gotten into trouble before of having them try to pick up little pieces, then they won't go back to building. So I'm not taking these guys out of building mode just to try to clean up the rubble that's in there. But while they're doing that, I'm just going to keep on building my castle. So need a little half block here. Go up there. This will go down on top of these. That's where the other little half block comes into play for this row. And just adding in my second layer of bricks. So as far as I'm aware of, this is all that there is to do in the prototype right now, is just gather the resources, and oh, how did that even out? Well, let's do a little bit of a design here. Put in our little half blocks here. And actually I'm going to want the staircase to come up into this area. So if that's going to be there, I think that goes over here, so let me little corner blocks there. That can go there, that can go there. Oh, wonder why it can't go there. Ah, it needs a brick down here, I think. 1, 2. No, it should be fine. Yep, they passed off the brick. Alright, I'll bite. I'll put that there, that there. There we go. Got my bricks going, or my stairs going up. So we'll add that there. That there. These can go in one. That'll move the little half bricks back out again. So I'll get a little zigzag pattern with the halves going up. And I want these to be one higher. But then I'm going to put an archway over the door. Don't want to mess up my pattern with the little half ones. So Now straight back across. Now we go into the little half slabs, rotate us back down, and bink, bink. There we go. If I put a half there, oops, yeah, if I put a half on there, I'll have to do another half there, so we'll see how this just plays out first. Let's get a little bit of a landing area here, though. Putting a flat block down there. And that's basically it. Just going to go back, oops, zoom back out. Gonna head back over this way, see how the resources are going. Oh, he's waiting to put that down. They got their bags full. Little stair in the corner. Automatically comes along as long as they don't dig it out. They do seem to enjoy doing that, taking out the top stair there so they actually can't get up and down. And that's another way that you can get stuck. Oop, hit the Alt key. So let me see if I can't zoom out all the way. Looks like some of the rocks fell through. And there you have it. So far in the prototype, this is basically the limitations of what you can do. I did hear, or I believe I read a couple of things, where you can see like the little glowy crystals in the dirt here. Supposedly they're mineable for, I think they said like money or something like that, as like kind of a placeholder functionality. I don't entirely recall. But these guys are diligent. They'll just go through and they'll start building that outline. Plunk. And they run back to get another one. And he got it right there. Plunk. I wonder if he'll take it from him halfway there, go back and get another one, or how that'll play out. Will they meet at the bottom of the stairs and go, here's a brick for you? Nope, he took the shortcut. So there they go with their bags of dirt. Now they're heading back into the mine. I'm not sure currently of a way to get more of the creatures or not, and geez, those bugs are annoying. Sun's shining. They should be chirping like that. There we go. So miners just dropping off their stone bits. Yeah, got another stack of bricks there. One thing I do have to be careful of is the lumber mill guy will generally, see how he filled up all these so they're all filled with logs? If there's an open spot, he'll have at it. That is just what he does. So, just going to, pretty much I'll stop it here. Hope you guys enjoy this little preview. This game looks to hold quite a bit of promise. I can't wait till we get into more of the survival things. There are some other neat things that you can build. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of them is as of yet. Like the catapult is, we've seen those built and just haven't gotten them to fling anything yet. Barrels are used to store produce, precious crystal gathered by, oh, brictrons, that's what they're called. They can be picked up and carried. So I don't know, maybe it'd be worthwhile for me to, let me see if I go, move over to my resource area. I'll just build a little quadruple there of barrels. Then I'll stop building. Don't know exactly what X-ray vision does. Oops. Don't want to build those. So they're waiting. Wonder where my lumber... Oh, there he is. He's got a log on his back with nothing to do. So anywho guys, I'm going to end it here. And as more stuff happens, I'll definitely be recording more videos for this game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If there's anything you're aware of that I'm not yet aware of, please let me know. And I'm sure it'll make things more enjoyable. So I'll talk to you guys later.